All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make a thread chain. We're going to use thread, and we can create a little loop. You can use this for buttons. You can use it to attach, a belt, create kind of something invisible to hold a belt on. A lot of different applications. So to get started, I've got a thread, and I've gone 4-ply and knot at the end, so I have that end knotted. I like to use at least 4-ply. It's a lot stronger than just using 2. So to get this started, I like to go from the bottom. So go from the bottom, that way you have, or the inside. If you're not inside of a garment, you want to try to hide this little knot in between seam allowance or something like that, so you don't see it. That way this is coming up from the top. And to get it started, you're going to take a tiny little stitch of the fabric right next to that thread, and then leave a loop here. Okay, so this is where we're going to create this chain. So you're going to just let the needle sit now. You don't need that right now. So what you're going to do is actually take your finger, put it through there, and I like to put 2 fingers like this, grab this, and then pull that through to create another loop. So you're just going to grab that, turn that into that loop. And it's slowly going to create sort of a little braid there. So you always have a loop, just looping back through. You can see that little chain I'm making. Like I said, I've got 4-ply. If you wanted it smaller or thinner, you could do just the 2. So I'm going to make this, it about an inch long. So hopefully you can see, you can go, once you get the hang of it, you can go pretty fast actually. But I'm just always holding on to this. So this is the end with the needle, grabbing that and creating a new loop with this one, looping it through. It's a little bit like knitting. So to end this, we're actually going to take the needle again and just go right through the loop. So instead of making another loop, we're going to let that one go. We're going to let that stop right there. So now it's a knot at the end. And then this, maybe you want it over here because you've got, a belt coming through. Maybe you actually want to go right back down where you started because you want a little loop sticking out to say grab around a button, something like that. So however you want to do that. I'm just going to go right down through the original hole. If you wanted to use some thread conditioner on this, you could, but see how we have a nice little loop there. And on the back side, I'll just grab a tiny little piece of fabric and tie off my threads here. Go through this again. Go through that loop there. And I like to go through one more time. This is a little bit messy because you've got all those things there. I'll clip that. And then you've got your nice little thread chain on the front.